Right, so we are exactly 1 month to kick off of the African Cup of Nations. And there isn't a good time, a better time, the best time really for us to look at the Black Stars' fortunes or what we think it will be. While we do the discussion, give us your thoughts on our social media pages, will you? And the question we're asking is, how prepared are we? And really, will the Ghana Football Association's faith in Coach Avram Grant pay off at the AFCON 2017? Yesterday, we played you clips in our bulletins, and even today as well, if you watch sports today, of Kwesi Nyantakyi saying that he has not sat in any meetings where Avram Grant is going to be sacked, despite the opposition from a lot of people feeling that he's not doing enough or has not done enough to be able to keep the job. Others also feel that really he came into the job, got into the final of the Nations Cup. Since then, he has not started the World Cup qualification, right? But he did qualify for the Nations Cup very well. So the question is, will the FA's faith in the coach be rewarded? Now, we'll speak to Benedict Owusu, who is on Skype and ready to speak. Hi, Benedict.
Hi, Gary.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I hope you're also fine.
Yes, doing well as well. So, Avram Grant, with 1 month to go, if I ask you to give me in a word, just one word, how you think Ghana is prepared, what would it be in one word?
Not prepared.
That's two. But yeah, and for those of us who are closer to the team and closer to what's happening, explain why you think the Black Stars are not prepared yet for the AFCON.
Well, looking at their opponents especially, we are in the same group with Egypt, Uganda, and Mali. As I speak to you now, Uganda have named their 40-man provisional squad, and they've started training for close to 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks now, they've been training in Uganda. And even just this afternoon, their coach announced on his official Twitter page, that's Mitchell, that they'll be playing the Ivorians in an international friendly. I mean, that's something very good and laudable for a team that really wants to do something at the tournament. And also, you can make mention of Mali as well. Jerez has also released this 40-man squad and has even come out to say when he's naming his final 23-man squad, which is December 26. But here we are in Ghana. We've not even started preparations. We don't even know when Coach Avram Grant is naming his starting lineup. We don't have an idea of where the team is going to come ahead of the tournament. So in terms of preparations, if you look at what our group opponents are doing, that's the reason why I'm saying that for me, I don't think we are prepared for the tournament.
Okay, now with that out of the way, what do you think of the FA's position that they want to keep Avram Grant? The reasons they give have to do with the fact that, you know, really, it wouldn't make sense for him to be sacked with 1 month to go.
I think, Gary, you must understand something here. First of all, Avram Grant signed a 2-year contract, and also they added 3 months to it because they knew very well that at the end of this contract, there will be 3 more months for us to go for the Africa Cup of Nations. What was in his contract? First was that he should go and do well at the last edition of the tournament, which he did very well, finished as runners-up, and then was told to win the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations. So then I asked myself, what would be the point to sack Avram Grant at this point in moment? Because if you are going to sack a coach that you told to do well at the last Africa Cup of Nations, which we all attested the fact that he really did very well, and also say you should go and win the Africa Cup of Nations in 2017, there is no clause or there is nothing in Avram Grant's contract that says that if you are not able to win your first 2 matches for the World Cup qualification, we sack you. So I think it makes sense that the Football Association will keep Avram Grant on that basis, because say go and win the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations, we can only sack or we will decide not to renew the contract, because at the Africa Cup of Nations, after the Africa Cup of Nations, his contract will come to an end. Then there you decide whether to renew it or not based on whatever target you gave him to go and win. If he's unable to do so and you let him go, fair enough. If he's able to do that and you're able to negotiate with him and he feels, well, he can continue to do the job, then he stays on. So I think it was only wise for the Football Association to take that decision, despite the numerous calls that came that he should be sacked because of our insipid performances in our last 5 games. Well, yes, we all attest to the fact that things have not gone the way we all said, expected from the Black Stars in the World Cup qualifiers. Also, finishing the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers at the Accra Stadium, we drew with Rwanda, and since then things have not really gone well for us. So I think on the basis of this, you will say that the FA took a wise decision. And looking at the time, it's too short a time to say that a coach you've signed a contract with, you've asked to go and win the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations, which you have not even gone. You let him go and you bring a new coach. And to bring a new coach at this point, Gary, which coach are you bringing? Are you thinking of maintaining Maxwell Konedu as the assistant coach and now push him as a head coach, or you're going to bring what we heard, Ibrahim Tanko, who was the assistant coach of the Cameroonian national team, and names like Otuado also came up. Otuado at Northern is not even the first team coach, no, he's even the assistant coach of the first team. He's a second assistant, and he hardly even gets access to the first team. So, okay, are you going to take this decision and let her?
Yes, Gary. Yes. Yeah, point well made. In just 15 seconds, now that you've said this, what would you say will be ideal preparation for the Black Stars before the AFCON? Quickly, very quickly.
I think one thing, 3 things we have to do. 1, Avram Grant must name a squad as soon as possible. 2, they must decide on where the team are going to train in terms of the pre-tournament campaign. If we are here in the Equatorial Guinea or Abu Dhabi, they must confirm that and probably try matches they will play before the tournament. If they're able to do these 3 things, but although Uganda, Mali, Egypt have already started preparations, I trust the Black Stars will do well at the tournament.
Benedict leaves us with 3 things Avram Grant must do, and also you can ruminate on them and let us know what your thoughts are. Will the FA's faith in Avram pay off at the AFCON 2017? Imagine the look on a lot of people's faces should he win the tournament. It's going to be spectacularly surprising indeed. Benedict Owusu is of the Joy Sports Desk. Many thanks. Also, that's the sport for now. I'm Gary Al Smith. Let's keep the conversation going.